Hi guys, welcome to another video. Hope you're all keeping well. For this video, I'm going to depart from the horror genre for the moment and talk about a great little movie that I watched last night. I just recently bought it. It's on the Indicator label. It's from 1969 and it stars Peter Sellers and Sinead Cusack, and that movie is called Hoffman. Now, before I say anything else, this movie isn't for everyone, but this movie is not for everybody because it's quite a slow burner. So basically, I won't give away too much about the story, you know, in case you want to get it for yourselves. But basically, Peter Sellers plays this middle-aged executive, Benjamin Hoffman, and Sinead Cusack plays the secretary. Now, the story revolves around Sellers' character. He's got an almighty crush on Sinead Cusack at Miss Smith, and what he does, he invites her to his place, you know, for a week and that, because it's on the pretext of he wants us to do some work for him, like typing and that. But really, there's something going on with our boyfriend there, Tom, because apparently Tom's been doing something very naughty in regards to selling lorries or something and that, and getting information. But yeah, so he's got that on it. So she agrees to spend the week with him and that, you know, and of course he's had this crush on her for a while and that, you know, and we're in the office and that. He did make a play for her, but he made a bit of a fool of himself and that, you know. So he made himself a laughing stock in that, you know. Yeah. So but he has another go, like, because he's really got it bad for this girl, like, and who can blame him, because she's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. Yeah, so he invites her to his place now for the week and that, and then he tries it. He doesn't really sort of like really make a real grab for her, but he doesn't, like, subtly. He gives a little hints and that, you know, because he's crazy about it and that, you know. And of course, Sinead Cusack says to him, like, when you promise, like, you treat me with respect, you know, don't try anything on it, but spend the week with you and that. Yeah, but yeah, well, Peter Sellers, he plays this very dark character. Yeah, but not dark to the extent. Not dark to the extent that you hate him, but kind of like he's like a sort of like he wants to pour out his feelings for her and that, you know. Yeah, but he starts sort of like toying with her and that, you know, like he's sort of like you know, comes out with things to her and that, you know, like rather playfully, but some, you can tell by Sinead Cusack's face she doesn't approve and that, you know. Yeah, but yeah, the movie's not for everybody in that. It's a very slow burner, but great performances by both Peter Sellers and Sinead Cusack. And I've got a booklet inside here, guys, and what I'll do, I'll read you bits of the booklet because there's some very good points made in the booklets. Yeah, so I'll just open it up for you. This has got some great special features, by the way, guys. If you want to freeze your cameras and take those in, packed with features. Yeah, hope never dies in a man with a good dirty mind. Yeah. Oh, Mrs. Yeah, but it's very mild. I mean, it's not the sort of like you don't see any real toplessness in it, or real nudity. It's very mild and that. Yeah, but okay, so I'll just open it up for you. It's the interior, guys, the reversible artwork, but I prefer that one. So I'll just show the photos first. So there's Peter Sellers there as Hoffman, and there's the lovely Sinead Cusack. Yeah, and the director is actually Alvin Rakoff. Yeah, Alvin Rakoff. Yeah, beautiful looking girl. Yeah, very fine actress too. Yeah, so I just lovely photos in this. I'm definitely keeping this one in my collection, guys. There he is, Hoffman and Miss Smith. By the way, the colour's lovely on this Blu-ray. Yeah, there's the cast there: Peter Sellers, Sinead Cusack. There he is at the breakfast table with Miss Smith. He comes out with some memorable lines in this movie, guys. He really does, yeah. And there's Miss Smith with Tom and what's her name? The mother, Tom's mother. You can see that. Peter Sellers there with Miss Smith, doing a Morecambe and Wise. In bed together, but no naughty antics. Oh, Mrs. Yeah, fantastic movie. Peter Sellers. Originally, Peter Sellers was going to do like a lot of his films. He puts on this sort of like accent, doesn't he? His foreign accent and that, likes the Pink Panther and that. But he decided not to do it and that. Yeah. So there's a lovely Sinead Cusack. Oh yeah, I had a huge crush on her when I was little, and I still like her today. Yeah, she's been in many fine productions. Very fine, very renowned stage actress as well, yeah. Yeah, she's won quite a few awards, Sinead Cusack, yeah. Beautiful looking girl. The daughter of the actor Cyril Cusack, yeah. And again, there's her father, Cyril Cusack. Yeah. There they are again. And there's Sinead Cusack with Tom, her boyfriend, at the beginning. She said she lies. She says like she's going to spend the week with her with her grandmother, but of course she ends up with Hoffman and that. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to whiz through this booklet and just tell you tell you a little bit more about the movie and some of the quotations in here. Yeah, this was actually adapted by Ernest Gibler from his 1969 novel Shall I Eat You Now? It's self-adapted from the Emmy Award-winning armchair theatre play Call Me Daddy. Yeah, which stars Donald Pleasence from Halloween as Mr. Hoffman, believe it or not, yeah. And Judy Cornwell as Miss Smith. Hoffman was the first film to be made at EMI under the stewardship of Brian Forbes, an old and very familiar friend of Sellers. There can be no doubt that Sellers was a complicated, messy, perplexing individual, happy as it would seem when living in chaos and content, to leave disorder wherever he went on his never-ending quest to find peace and happiness. Now, if there's one role in his long and varied career that he always felt was the closest to his real personality, which he guarded more than anything else, and couldn't remove on that infamous bonfire in Gstaad, it was the pathetic and tragic Benjamin Hoffman. Yeah. Yeah, Sellers initially had trouble settling into how he would approach the role, first feeling he should play it with an Austrian accent, yeah, with no doubt a light dusting of his usual wacky foreign performances. Yeah, Benjamin Hoffman was a man who shared Sellers' innate sense of loneliness, his longing for things he could never have, no matter how many strings he could pull or how many shiny objects he would possess. The light at the end of the tunnel would always be distant and painfully bewildering. In Hoffman's case, that light was Janet Smith, a colleague from work who has become the object of his dark affections, played with exquisite elegance and tense innocence by Sinead Cusack. Yeah, upon discovering that her fiancé, Tom, has been selling information which could get him into trouble with the police, Hoffman hatches a plan to have Janet spend a week with him, in return for which he agrees to let the matter slide. As she enters his life in his apartment to the soothing tones of Matt Monro, very fine singer, she has no idea what she's in for and what kind of things he has in mind. Yeah, yeah. What I like about this movie, guys, it keeps you wondering: will they end up together? Won't they end up together? You know, will she marry Tom? You know, as Sellers got something more dark up his sleeve and that. Yeah, but it's really, really just harmless crush. You know, he's absolutely crazy about the girl. You know, and of course, as I say, who wouldn't be? Because she's a very, 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 very beautiful lady, Sinead Cusack. Yeah, and she plays the role of Miss Smith. You know, really, really good. You know, very, very consummately. Yeah, yeah. But Hoffman greets Miss Smith like a star. I like this line. Hoffman greets Miss Smith like a star of Bela Lugosi. And as she crosses the threshold and locks herself in the bathroom, he suggests that she makes herself look like he wants to be fertilised. Yeah, so some great one-liners in this, guys, yeah, before fixing drinks for them. And then he says, there's another one he said, women are like a beautiful flower garden, but underneath there is a compost heap. Yeah, yeah. All the glitters is not gold, in other words, guys, he's trying to say, yeah. Yeah, so Janet, Janet becomes filled with fear and guilt, and she's set to be married in just 3 weeks, and she has to lie to her beloved Tom, played by Jeremy Bulloch, in order to be with her new captor. And Hoffman takes advantage of her fear, and he really lays it on thick and that, you know, yeah. Revealing his dark side, he talks of having full use of her, dismissing her fiancé entirely at every turn. Oh yeah, every time she brings Tom up, you know, every time she brings Tom up, you know, his face, he scowls and that, you know, yeah, well, don't bring him up and that, you know, of course he's mad jealous and that, because she's going to be married, isn't she, you know, in a couple of weeks to Tom. Yeah, as I say, it's quite a slow burner. It's not for everybody, you know. So I must tell you now, if you don't like slow burning movies and that, with really nothing really dramatic happens, I don't think this will be for you. But I quite liked it, even though I must admit the story didn't really have much in the way of action-packed story. It was a kind of a dark. It was kind of, I'd best describe it as a dark love story. Hoffman, yeah. But as I say, it's not for everybody, but Sellers, yeah, again, is really on the money in the role of Benjamin Hoffman, and of course the lovely Sinead Cusack in that. Yeah, she's absolutely gorgeous girl, she really is. Yeah. But as I say the movie's not for everybody, I enjoyed it. I will be keeping Hoffman in my collection, so you don't know whether he's going to end up with that or he isn't, and that, so it does sort of like keep you hooked right to the end. I like those kind of movies where you don't know, if the main protagonist, is he going to end up with the girl, is he going to get the girl, and that, it sort of like keeps your interest in that. But yeah, very, very good movie from 1969. And this is a lovely release by Indicator, all those special features and that. Yeah. So all right then now. So on to a rating now, guys, for Hoffman. I'm going to give Hoffman. I'd give it maybe say 7 out of 10. It's lost a couple of points for a lack of real story, real action-packed story. It's a slow-burning, dark love story with two great actors, Peter Sellers in the role of Benjamin Hoffman and Sinead Cusack as his very, very nervous, on guard, secretary, Miss Smith. Yeah, but as I say, lovely picture quality, and he takes it out to the park as well, and that, and he's feeding the ducks and that. He says, so, come on, feed the ducks, and goes, quack, 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 quack. Oh yeah. There's quite a few funny scenes in this, guys. Of course, with Sellers being involved in that, he's played some pretty humorous roles in his time, yeah. And even say about the Pink Panther and that, Inspector Clouseau, yeah. But this is a kind of a more serious role for him, with the odd comedic element thrown in and that. And there's a scene I love as well where at near the beginning of the movie where Sinead Cusack, playing Miss Smith, when Sellers is asleep and that, she decides she doesn't want to spend any more time with him, so surreptitiously she gets out of bed and she puts her hat on. She wears this Tommy Shanter hat, and what she does, she leaves her pajamas on and she creeps out stealthily in that, yeah. Well, of course, like, she can't get out, like, because she hasn't got the right key, and then Sellers, like, he cops her and that. So then as she's standing there, I think it's by the bedroom and that, one of her she's rolled her pajama legs up, and one of her pajama legs falls down slowly, and that, he looks down like that, very, very serious and that, yeah. And yeah, it's sort of like he pulls her leg quite a few times and that, he comes out with jibes about women and that, and how sometimes they're very, very hard to get and that, and as I say, the one about the compost heap, every woman's like a pretty flower garden, but underneath there's a compost heap, yeah. Some great one-liners in this, guys, yeah. Okay, guys, well, that concludes my review of Hoffman from 1969, starring the late great Peter Sellers and the lovely Sinead Cusack. Have you seen Hoffman? What did you think of it? Leave your comments down below. Be very, very interested to hear in that. So this is going to stay in my collection. It's going with me on horror movies, because as I say, I do like other kinds of movies as well. Of course, my main love was horror, but I do like these kind of movies and that, something different and that. And this is certainly something different, yeah. As I said, it's not for everybody, but if you like Peter Sellers, if you like Sinead Cusack, and if you like a real slow burning, dark love story, I think you will like Hoffman, yeah. As I say, pristine colour, and even the supporting cast were good. The guy who played Tom, Miss Smith's boyfriend, and his mother and that, yeah. But of course I won't reveal the end, what happens and that, but it does sort of like go to a climax and that, yeah. So okay, guys, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review of Hoffman from 1969, and all going well, I shall talk to you all again. Thank you, bye.